It is now March the 1st, 2024, and Bitcoin just had the biggest monthly close in the history ever in dollar terms. Okay, so February of 2024 was literally the largest gain in dollar terms for Bitcoin that it's ever had. This is nuts. The bulls are in full force. The bull market is back. And because we just had the monthly close, obviously on Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other charts, this gives us a glimpse into what we can expect for this month ahead for March. So in this video, I'm going to dive into the charts. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing. I'm going to share with you what I expect and my prediction here going into the month of March. And then with the halving only being 6 weeks away at this point, middle April, let's see what we have to look forward to. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Dirk. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Make sure you follow my page on Instagram. And if you are looking for more guidance, how to get started with crypto, if you're looking for which coins to buy, if you want ongoing mentorship and guidance, all of that I offer inside my VIP program. It's a complete package of education, research, updates. You get access to me personally and my community of more than 2,600 members in Discord. All the details are through the link in the description down below. You can see everything that's included. You can sign up there. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee. And if you want to have success in crypto in this bull market, come and join me in VIP. You won't regret it. All right, so let's start out with the monthly returns since the month has just closed. You can see here February was plus 43.55%. This is a huge green month. It's actually the second biggest February percentage gain in the history of Bitcoin here since 2013, okay? Massive pump, huge green month. So far, we have actually had 6 consecutive green months. This is absolutely nuts. You can see September, October, November, December, January, and February have all been green. There is strong bullish momentum here. And obviously that makes sense too because the ETFs got approved in January. I'm sure people knew about that, so they started front running it a few months before the time. And of course, since the ETFs got approved, we have seen massive demand, massive inflows, billions and billions of dollars flowing into these ETFs. That is pumping the price of Bitcoin. So you can see here, historically, March is a bit of a mixed bag, whereas between 2014 to 2018, it was red. But you can see the last 3 years, 2021, 22, and 23, they have all been green. And personally, I am leaning towards continuation. The bulls are strong here. Sure, we could get a bit of a pullback intra-month and a bit of a correction, but I do suspect, if I had to guess, I'm leaning towards a green March continuation into the halving and potentially here all-time highs to be hit. So above 69,000 for Bitcoin in the month of March. All right, so let's take a look at the monthly chart of Bitcoin. This is nuts. We are still at 61,500. We've been hanging around 60,000 now for a couple days, and this is a good sign. We haven't just hit it and completely tanked back down. So the bulls are strong. They're holding up here so far. You can see here, each candle represents 1 month worth of price action, and what a pump it has been. What a candle. You can see actually here, so October 2021 was the largest move until last month. So you can see October 2021 was a gain of $17,525 and February of 2024 was a gain of $18,603. So what a pump in February. And what's interesting to note here is that although the complete wick high was $69,000 in 2021, you can see the candle closes for the monthly close. They actually closed at exactly the same level where we closed now in February. So basically we closed February, so last month, at the exact same level of the 2021 peak. There were a couple wicks here above it, first in April and then in October, November, but we still haven't closed above this level of $61,000. So if we get a monthly close above $61,000 in March, then it basically means it will be the highest close in the history of Bitcoin. At this point in time, you can see the bullish trend is incredibly strong. The momentum is strong. The bids behind the ETFs are incredibly strong. So based on this, I expect this continuation here, and I expect us to go into all-time high territory and price discovery in the month of March ahead here. And how high this goes, we don't know. We could have another massive month here with the halving around the corner. That is another massive anticipated event. The ETFs are usually bullish. Retail is starting to wake up, so that's going to be even more money that's going to start flowing into crypto. And we could see a massive push here. We could see another 10, 20, maybe $10,000 to $20,000 move to the upside. So somewhere between $70,000 and $80,000 for the month of March, I think is completely a possibility. Now, will we see any sort of pullbacks? Of course, that is a possibility. I've shown you this in previous videos, in yesterday's video even. You do get $5,000, $10,000, even $15,000 pullbacks in these crazy bull markets because the moves are so big to the upside. The swings to the downside can also be big to flush out those liquidations, people taking profits. So we can see a pullback here. And I would say 50,000. Actually, these highs have now probably become the support over here. So that what we flipped here, 48,000, maybe even 53,000 on a pullback, that would be kind of the maximum I'd expect. And it could happen quick. You know, we could see a drop like that in a matter of a few days and then continue straight back up. You can see it if you go and look at the price action previously, what happened in the last cycle, we do see that 5,000 or 10,000 to the downside and then just continuation back up. So in my opinion, Bitcoin is looking incredibly strong, incredibly bullish. And at this point in time, I'm still looking for upside continuation and new all-time highs. Where will the Bitcoin top be? I don't know. When will it be? I don't know. What we do now is we stay bullish as long as the higher time frame trend is bullish, and until we get technical reversal signs on these higher time frame charts, we just simply remain bullish and the target is higher. How much higher? I don't know. We will take it a day at a time, a week at a time, and continue to adjust to this. So simply put, this is the weekly chart. The 200 moving average is in red, the 50 moving average is in blue. As long as we are above both of these moving averages, we are just simply bullish. And you can see here in the previous cycle how well this works. As long as we're above the 50 here, we stay bullish. Okay, and at this point in time, that's 34,000. So obviously that's going to be a 50% drop, and that is exactly what happened here in April of 2021. It went from 65, it dropped back to the 50-week moving average around 31. So basically in a similar level, in a similar time frame. I do expect us to go to all-time highs, new all-time highs, maybe a little bit higher than that. But keep this in mind, the 50-week moving average at this point in time is very much a line in the sand. Below there, and things get scary, and I think it's at that point, it's probably bearish. But there's going to be signs way, way earlier than actually at the 50-week moving average. So for example here, the 3-day 50 moving average is even better. Okay, so as long as we're above this 3-day 50 moving average here in blue, which is currently at 41,000, we are bullish. Okay, so that's already a big difference between 31 on the 50 weekly versus the 3-day 50 moving average is now at 41. But that's obviously still a big distance. So at this point in time, what we're looking for here is continuation, a sweep of these highs and maybe continuation above them. I don't know what is going to happen, and that is why we take it a day at a time or a week at a time. We are going to have to wait and see. Are we going to just sweep it and then drop back below it? In which case this would be the trigger for a potential reversal, where if we go above it and below the high once again, then that's a warning sign. But if we go above it and maybe we continue going higher, maybe they do push it to $100,000 or more this cycle, maybe even in the next month or two. It's completely a possibility. At this point in time, like I said, until we lose this higher time frame bullish trend, we just simply remain bullish, and let's see how far we can ride it up. All right, so let's look at Ethereum here, $3,386. We actually already hit $3,500. So what you can see here on this chart, obviously massive green monthly candle, very, very bullish. Okay, that's a lot of strength over there. And as you can see, it went straight into the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement of the entire 2022 bear market. Okay, so I do still think that this high over here and at least this 0.70% at 3,700, that's probably going to get hit at least this month, but maybe we just see massive continuation here. In the same way that Bitcoin flipped 53K, which was the same here as 3,700, if Ethereum flips 3,700, I'd expect it to just make a run straight for the all-time highs at about $5,000. And I would expect that to happen actually at this point based on this trend, potentially this month, but within the next 2 months. I think by the time of the halving, it is completely possible for ETH to continue moving up. And as long as this trend is bullish, the same as with Bitcoin, we just continue to stay bull. The trend is your friend until the end. And there's no point in going against this trend. This trend is incredibly strong, incredibly bullish, and ride it out as long as we can until we see technical reversal signs. By the way, all of that I will continue to update as much as possible here on YouTube and stuff, but I update every single day in my VIP membership. Inside the Discord, I share charts on a daily basis. So whereas here, you know, we're looking at the higher time frames and I do an update whenever I have time, in VIP you're guaranteed to get those updates in real time as much as possible. So come and join us if you're not yet inside. The link is in the description down below. Join us. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. And that is where you get the best guidance, my best insights, my best charts, trade ideas in real time. So Ethereum, other than what I've said here, it's just simply bullish. Look at this. We had this consolidation, this bounce off this 50 monthly moving average, this triangle. It broke above here, and it just rocketed once it cleared this. And we are now here at this fib golden pocket. So hopefully we get strong continuation here in March and into the halving, and potentially all-time highs for Ethereum. So $4,800 to $5,000 for Ethereum within the next 6 weeks. So let's have a look at the total market cap here for everything. This includes Bitcoin and all altcoins combined together. You can see we are at $2.222 trillion. What a nice round number. So you can see here, this entire market cap here is at the Fibonacci golden pocket of the entire 2022 bear market. So you can see we have taken out this high over here, and we are here in the middle of the fib golden pocket. Now I do expect this to continue higher. I do expect this to make new all-time highs. So the total market cap, new all-time highs this cycle. And you can see here, once we flip this 2.32 trillion, the 0.70, I think it just makes a run over here. And this is important because this is where altcoins can really start to pump. We've seen Bitcoin, how strong it can pump now in this previous month in February. We've seen ETH do a massive pump. Altcoins, while they're starting to move, they are still relatively low. And they tend to be the last to move in the cycle. And they tend to pump the hardest in the last like 4 to 8 weeks of the cycle. So while they are starting to pump, I still think there's opportunity. I've been saying this almost every day now for the last week or two. If you are still sidelined, you need to act now. If this continues going up, and Bitcoin and Ethereum here in March, altcoins are very likely going to follow very soon. The higher it goes, the less upside potential, the less chance you have to make money. You need to get involved now if you are not yet involved. And once it goes crazy and it goes parabolic and altcoins do 5x or 10x or 20x, you need to cash out at some point, okay? Because after this bull cycle is done, it is all going to go way back down, same like the 2022 bear market. And you don't want to be holding that bag, okay? So you want to get involved before it pumps. You want to cash out, you want to take your profits, and you want to sidestep that bear market dump, or maybe even trade it and short it to the downside to be able to profit to the downside. Again, all of that we'll be doing inside VIP. Okay, so let me bring out this chart. I haven't made a video on this in a long time here on YouTube. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart, and it basically shows the percentage ratio between Bitcoin and all the other altcoins as a market cap. Now, in general, what happens is when the Bitcoin dominance goes up, that is when we see Bitcoin pump and the altcoins kind of bleed and get left behind. But when this dominance ratio drops, that is when we see Bitcoin kind of consolidate and stay steady, or maybe even pull back a bit, while altcoins absolutely pump. So as you can see over here, we have been in a Bitcoin bullish dominance chart here basically since the beginning of 2023. And you can see that Bitcoin is once again taking the lead. This is completely normal in the bull market cycles because Bitcoin gets the most attention. All the money flows into Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin pumps enough, then people start taking profits and they start rolling those profits over into altcoins. And then we see the crazy speculation. So nothing crazy here. You can see this is approaching this trend line over here. That is a kind of a downwards trend line. So that might be some resistance. We have this previous low that could act as confluence there. And maybe at most this Fibonacci golden pocket over here. So we're currently at 54%. At most, I'd say we go to 60 to 64% in Bitcoin dominance. At which point I would expect a rotation into altcoins. So maybe we still get that pump in March. Maybe we get Bitcoin to all-time highs above 70,000 first, and once it hits there, it gets resistance here on this dominance chart, and we start a reversal and a rotation into altcoins, a reversal in the Bitcoin dominance chart. Okay, so Bitcoin can just continue to chill. Maybe it gets a bit of a pullback. Maybe it just chops around. And while that happens, we see the capital rotate into altcoins most likely. And that is when we start to see our 5x, 10x, 20x pumps in altcoins in a matter of a couple of weeks. So again, now there is still time before these altcoins do crazy pumps. Once they start pumping too much, it just gets really difficult to decide to get involved because your upside becomes a lot less, your downside risk becomes a lot higher, and it just becomes very difficult. And for this reason, I'm also going to be closing my VIP doors to new members at the beginning of April. Okay, I still think that's a bit of a safe kind of line in the sand where there is still upside potential afterwards, because once everything pumps like crazy, then there's basically just no way for me to help new members, people who want to get into crypto. Once everything is up 10x from current levels already, and they start asking, what do I buy? Where do I allocate my risk capital? The risk reward is so much worse, right? I've been saying this throughout the bear market for the past year. I've been saying buy low, buy low, buy low, because that is when you have the most upside potential. Sure, there's still risk in the bear market, right? Everything you put into crypto is still risk capital, but the potential upside for that risk is like 10x or 20x better when you buy it low versus once everything is pumped and you want to get involved, which sadly is when most retail investors get involved. Because, once the price is pumped too much and everything's FOMO, then they're like, okay, now I'm going to get involved in crypto. Worst time to get involved. So right now, you still have time. Come and join me in VIP. The link is down below. I will share with you everything you need to know about crypto. My own portfolio allocations, my own trade ideas, daily market insights. You get access to me personally inside Discord and our community of more than 2,600 members. There is a 60-day money-back guarantee. Trust me, if you are sidelined, you need to get involved now, or you just need to be okay with not being involved ever. But don't stay sidelined. Don't wait until everything is 10x higher and then start to buy in towards the very top. Come and join me in VIP. The link is in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I do always read them personally. And I will see you in the next video.